Within the progressive understanding paradigm, the concept of inspiration unfolds in the duality of the archetypal beacon and the archetypal muse, each embodying distinct facets on the Jungian psychology spectrum of masculine and feminine polarity. The archetypal beacon, residing in the domain of and, represents the masculine essence. It serves as a guiding light, channeling resilience and courage from the bounce phase, the articulation of process, the targeted contact, and collaborative contribution. This beacon emanates a harmonious leadership, embodying virtues of patience and humility while navigating the terrain of clarity and definition. Contrastingly, the archetypal muse, grounded in the realms of Ba and Skyan, personifies the feminine essence. It thrives in the analysis of story sharing and information generation, expressing itself through the nurturing actions of information tinkering and cultivating meaning. The muse embodies the virtues of gratitude, acceptance, and maturity, fostering connection and growth. In the collaborative pursuit of the ideal settlement, these archetypes synergize through collaboratory actions. The archetypal beacon, with its clarity and definition, brings forth a teleological perspective, harmonizing with the archetypal muse's emphasis on growth and nurturing. Together, they engage in targeted contact and collaborative contribution, uh, weaving a tapestry that aligns with the virtues of generosity and compassion, ultimately contributing to the community's trust. This dance of masculine and feminine energies within the context of collaboratory actions towards the ideal settlement encapsulates the essence of the progressive understanding paradigm, bridging diverse frames and virtues to create a cohesive and purposeful narrative. Within the progressive understanding paradigm, the concept of inspiration unfolds through the duality of the archetypal beacon and the archetypal muse. The archetypal beacon, symbolized by the Fra and Tat frames, represents the masculine polarity in Jungian psychology. It embodies the guiding, illuminating force that articulates the visionary path towards the ideal settlement. On the other hand, the archetypal muse, reflected in the Sa and Te frames, embodies the feminine polarity, offering a wellspring of inspiration through exploration and elucidation. It symbolizes the nurturing and attracting aspect, drawing from the depths of creativity to contribute collaboratively towards the ideal settlement. This dance between the archetypal beacon and archetypal muse creates a harmonious interplay of masculine and feminine energies, reflecting the intricate balance needed for the cultivation of inspiration within the context of collaboratory endeavors. As the archetypal beacon provides clarity and definition, the archetypal muse brings forth the richness of diverse perspectives and the magic of revelation. In the spectrum of masculine and feminine polarities, this collaborative dynamic ensures that the process of inspiration transcends traditional gender roles, embracing both assertive and receptive energies. This synthesis of energies is essential for the growth of meaningful ideas, aligning purposefully with the ideal settlement. The interweaving of these archetypal forces, expressed through the various frames of the paradigm, contributes to a holistic and balanced approach in the pursuit of inspiration. In the progressive understanding paradigm, assertive elements and receptive elements form a dynamic interplay, harmonizing various conceptual categories. Assertive elements, one, high ground. The high ground serves as the assertive foundation, embodying courage and the proactive pursuit of virtue. It asserts itself through the virtue of courage, driving actions grounded in practice and territorial understanding. Two, process expression. Assertiveness unfolds in the articulation of processes. Here, patience guides assertive actions, fostering clarity through iteration. The assertive energy manifests in the invention of new pathways and solutions. 3. Collaborative contribution. Assertiveness takes center stage in collaborative efforts. The revelation of ideas and the compassionate drive for contribution mark assertive actions. It navigates the delicate balance between compassion and the potential for constructive combat. Targeted contact. Assertive elements emerge in elucidating connections. The assertiveness is grounded in attraction and an imbibe action, leading to purposeful interactions and strategic relationships. 5. Purpose alignment. In the teleological frame, assertiveness finds expression through generosity and effective utilization. It aligns purposefully with the greater goal, ensuring assertive actions contribute meaningfully to the overarching settlement. Receptive elements. 1. Bounce phase. The bounce phase represents the receptive nature of migration and exploration. Resilience guides receptivity, allowing for the absorption of experiences and learnings. 2. Information tinkering. Receptivity unfolds in the tinkering with information. Patience and iteration characterize this frame, allowing for the absorption and adaptation of knowledge. 3. Story sharing. Receptive actions manifest in the analysis of stories. Gratitude and connection guide receptivity, fostering an open mindset to diverse narratives and perspectives. 4. Information generation. Receptivity is inherent in the generation of information. Acceptance guides the approach, allowing for the reception of new ideas and the illumination of knowledge. Cultivating meaning. Receptive elements come to life in the frame of growth and nurturing. Maturity guides receptivity, creating an environment where ideas and relationships can flourish. This intricate balance between assertive and receptive elements within the progressive understanding paradigm creates a holistic framework that embraces both active engagement and open reception, fostering a dynamic and evolving paradigm. In the realm of the progressive understanding paradigm, the interaction between the archetypal woman, characterized by qualities of migration and dank analysis, and the archetypal man, embodying territorial, and articulation, unfolds within the element of growth. The archetypal woman, guided by the virtue of resilience and the action of exploration, engages in the element with a nurturing approach. She navigates the terrain of growth with a profound understanding of the cyclical nature of life, embracing change and adapting to new circumstances. Through her analytical lens, she brings a depth of insight to the process of cultivating meaning, recognizing patterns and uncovering layers of understanding within the dynamic ecosystem. In the progressive understanding paradigm, the story of the Holy Bible unfolds within the frame of analysis in the story sharing category. Virtue guides this narrative, emphasizing gratitude, while the opposing force is ignorance. The action taken is connection, encouraging a profound bond with the narrative. Beginning in the bounce phase, with the migration frame, resilience becomes a central virtue, combating the vice of resistance. The journey evolves through various frames, each reflecting different virtues, vices, and actions, ultimately illuminating the path with the frame of illuminate in information generation. Acceptance prevails as the virtue, countering the vice of rejection, with the action being to approach the divine wisdom embedded in the narrative. As the narrative is tinkered with in information tinkering, the frame of clarity guides the process. Patience is the virtue needed to dispel deception, and the action taken is iteration, refining the understanding of the divine teachings. In process expression, the articulation frame is employed with the virtue of incantation countering the vice of invocation. The action is invention, shaping the understanding of the sacred story. Relative establishment takes center stage, defining the context with the virtue of humility and countering the vice of ambiguity. Distinction becomes the action, carving out a clear understanding of the divine principles. Collaborative contribution brings the narrative to revelation, where the virtue of compassion opposes the vice of destruction. The action is combat, signifying the struggle against destructive forces. Moving into targeted contact with the elucidate frame, the virtue of attraction counters the vice of manipulation. Imbibing the profound lessons, the action taken is to deepen the connection with the divine. Cultivating meaning encapsulates the growth frame, emphasizing the virtue of maturity and countering neglect. Nurturing becomes the action, fostering the growth of spiritual understanding. Community trust holds the narrative within the rapport frame, where the virtue of integrity opposes the vice of betrayal. Truth becomes the guiding action, establishing a foundation of trust within the community. Purpose alignment brings the story into the teleological frame, with the virtue of generosity countering the vice of exploitation. Utilization becomes the action, aligning personal purpose with the divine narrative. Throughout, the story is led by the Jesus Christ frame, emphasizing leadership as the virtue against divisiveness. The action is guidance, providing a beacon for followers to navigate the spiritual journey within the progressive understanding paradigm. The progressive understanding paradigm, crafted by Dillon E.T, is a comprehensive framework encompassing various conceptual categories. Domain. Grounded in the high ground principle, it emphasizes territorial exploration, courage, and the virtue of practice. The bounce phase guides migration, encouraging resilience, exploration, and a shift away from resistance. Character. In the realm of character development, clarity and patience reign. The virtues of incantation, compassion, humility, and harmony guide actions, fostering invention, engagement, distinction, and leadership, while cautioning against deception, manipulation, ambiguity, and divisiveness. Resource management is approached through growth, maturity, and nurturing with virtues of acceptance, generosity, and integrity. This involves actions like iteration, utilization, and truth, while avoiding rejection and terminating exploitation and betrayal. Storytelling adopts an analytical frame, promoting gratitude, connection, and acceptance. Actions involve approach, exploration, and connection, counteracting vices of ignorance. Worship. Centered around the leadership frame, worship entails guidance, harmony, and a virtuous approach. The paradigm discourages divisiveness and invokes a sense of purpose aligned with generosity and utilization. This intricate paradigm weaves together these elements, promoting a holistic and balanced approach to understanding, growth, and collaboration. Each category embodies virtues, vices, and actions that collectively contribute to a dynamic and progressive worldview.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Alduin's wings, they did darken the sky. His roar fury's fire, and his scales sharpened sides. Men ran and they cowered, and they fought and they died. They burned and they bled as they issued their cries. We need saviors to free us from Alduin's rage. Heroes on the field of this new war to wage. And if Alduin wins, man is gone from this world, lost in the shadow of the black wings unfurled. But then came the tongues on that terrible day. Steadfast as winter, they entered the fray, and all heard the music of Alduin's doom, that sweet song of Skyrim, sky-shattering gloom. And so the tongues freed us from Alduin's rage, gave the gift of the voice, ushered in a new age. And if Alduin's eternal, then eternity's done, for his story is over, and the dragons are gone.
Within the realm of inspiration, the archetypal beacon and the archetypal muse stand as pillars, embodying the duality inherent in the creative process. In the domain of high ground, the archetypal beacon emanates a crystalline brilliance, representing the illuminatory force that guides and directs. This masculine polarity, rooted in the Jungian psychology, spectrum of masculine and feminine, manifests as a beacon of incantation, invoking clarity and purpose. It is the structural foundation, providing a firm base for collaborative efforts towards the settlement. In contrast, the archetypal muse residing within the bounce phase embodies the feminine spectrum of inspiration. As a migratory exploration, the muse brings a fluidity to the creative process, encouraging resilience and adaptability. This nurturing aspect aligned with resources, cultivates growth and harmony, weaving a tapestry of interconnected ideas. The muse, as a generative force, dances in the realm of collaborative contribution, inviting diverse perspectives towards a common goal. The dance between the archetypal beacon and muse unfolds within the information tinkering realm, where patience and iterative clarity guide the creative journey. Here, the masculine and feminine polarities find a delicate balance, symbolizing the interplay between structure and fluidity. This dance extends to the story sharing realm, where the archetypal beacon's gratitude and the archetypal muse's connection analysis converge, creating a narrative rich in meaning and depth. In the worship domain, the archetypal beacon assumes the role of guiding leadership, embracing the virtue of harmony. Simultaneously, the archetypal muse embodies the nurturing aspect, fostering a sense of generosity and unity. This collaborative worship forms the cornerstone for purpose alignment, where the ideal settlement becomes not just a destination, but a shared vision realized through teleological utilization. In conclusion, the conceptual categories of the progressive understanding paradigm intricately weave the archetypal beacon and muse into the fabric of inspiration. Together, they traverse the domains of high ground, bounce phase, information tinkering, story sharing, and worship, harmonizing masculine and feminine energies in a collaboratory dance towards the realization of the ideal settlement. In the realm of inspiration within the progressive understanding paradigm, the duality of an archetypal beacon and an archetypal muse serves as a foundational construct, bridging various conceptual categories. In the domain of high ground and resilience, the archetypal beacon emerges as a guiding light, embodying the virtue of incantation and leading through harmonious actions. This masculine polarity, rooted in the Jungian psychology spectrum, represents a structured and directive force that shapes the narrative of collaborative endeavors. On the other side of this spectrum lies the archetypal muse, resonating within the character and embodying the virtue of acceptance with an attraction-focused action. This feminine polarity embraces the fluidity of creativity and compassion, weaving a tapestry of inspiration through revelatory engagements and imbued elucidation. Together, these archetypes navigate the spectrum of duality, fostering a balanced dynamic essential for the ideal settlement. Resources, Ashen, play a crucial role in this conceptual interplay. The archetypal beacon draws from the virtues of maturity and generosity to provide the stability necessary for growth. Simultaneously, the archetypal muse taps into the nurturing qualities of cultivating meaning and the teleological utilization of purpose alignment, ensuring a holistic approach towards the settlement's evolution. The collaborative nature of this duality, set against the backdrop of the resources and guided by the domains, unfolds a narrative where the archetypal beacon and muse coalesce, intertwining their energies in a dance of creation. This dance is expressed through the iterative clarity of information tinkering, where the masculine and feminine polarities converge to shape the very fabric of the ideal settlement. In the storytime, the archetypal beacon and muse contribute to the connection analysis with an illuminated approach, creating a narrative that transcends individual actions. The harmonious leadership of the archetypal beacon aligns with the teleological utilization of the archetypal muse, forming a cohesive and purposeful storyline that resonates within the community trust and the high ground of virtue. In conclusion, the intertwining of the archetypal beacon and muse, expressed through the conceptual categories of the progressive understanding paradigm, unfolds a rich tapestry of inspiration. Rooted in the duality of the masculine and feminine polarities, this dynamic collaboration leads towards the realization of the ideal settlement, where each conceptual category plays a vital role in shaping a harmonious and purposeful narrative. The progressive understanding paradigm, crafted by Dillon E.T, is a holistic framework encompassing various conceptual categories. At its core, it comprises 1. Faith, domain, rooted in high ground principles and territorial practice, emphasizing courage and migratory exploration for resilience. 2. Creativity, character, chi, expressing inventive articulation through incantation, revelation, and collaborative engagement, guided by humility and distinction definition. 3. Sustainability, resources, focused on nurturing growth, teleological utilization, and building trust within the community, balancing virtues like generosity against the vices of neglect and exploitation. 4. Righteousness, storytime, involves connection analysis, illuminatory approaches, and gratitude while striving to overcome ignorance. This category underscores the importance of sharing meaningful stories. 5. Reverence, worship. Reverent worship encapsulates the virtue of harmony, counteracting divisiveness through guiding leadership. Dillon E.T's paradigm intricately weaves together virtues, vices, and actions across these categories, forming a comprehensive approach to navigating life, understanding oneself, and contributing positively to the broader community. Within the progressive understanding paradigm's conceptual categories, the duality of inspiration is harmoniously resolved through the archetypal beacon and the archetypal muse. The archetypal beacon, symbolized by the padla, and embodies the masculine polarity within the Jungian psychology spectrum. It represents the guiding leadership and inventive articulation that illuminates the path toward the ideal settlement. On the feminine side of the spectrum, we find the archetypal muse, characterized by and set. This muse embodies the virtues of acceptance and gratitude, nurturing growth and connection analysis. The muse acts as a source of inspiration, fostering creativity and compassion within the collaborative effort towards the ideal settlement. In this dance of archetypes, the masculine and feminine polarities collaborate in a collaboratory, synergizing their strengths. The archetypal beacon provides the incantation and teleological utilization necessary for guiding leadership, while the archetypal muse contributes the patience and compassion essential for nurturing growth and revelatory engagement. This dynamic interplay within the progressive understanding paradigm reflects a holistic approach to inspiration, acknowledging the interconnectedness of masculine and feminine energies in the pursuit of the ideal settlement. It embodies the principles of harmony and reverence, creating a balanced and purposeful expression that aligns with the core values of the paradigm.